We're going to dig into QR code automations today. This is being recorded. We'll get it posted in the Facebook group and on the YouTube channel. But let's just go kind of at fast speed here through these bullet points. And we'll start off by just talking about how QR codes are created in Thanks.io and what that looks like, once they are created. So let's go to message templates in the system, and let's add a new message. So I'm logged in the Brett's account here. And as we're creating a message, let's just say I want to offer my services as a listing agent. Let's let it write us something. And then our QR code, we'll generate the content there. Our QR code can be any URL we want it to be. So I'll just put google.com in here as an example. And then as I click out of the message body here, up at the top right, we will see the QR scan appear, the Scan Me option up top. So that QR code can be created on message sides, and it can also be created on image sides of postcards here. So if we go into one of our templates, or one of these ones that was already created, you'll see the QR code appearing, and there's an option for QR codes in the dynamic builder of the system. So you can see here, it's linking to a specific URL. Now, one thing we'll mention about QR codes is that you can actually pass parameters to them, to the end of them, and personalize the URLs that people are going to. So a little bit of an advanced practice, but you can append to the end parameters like their name, their email, their phone, and pass that to the website somebody's landing on right there with Thanks.io QR codes. Looking back at our doc, what happens when a code is scanned? Well, you have the ability to set an email that is CC'd in addition to yours. So your email is always CC'd and you're notified in real time that somebody scanned, but you can also add additional emails right here. The other thing that can happen with QR scans is you can transfer people to other mailing lists, which is pretty interesting because it allows you to trigger other automations for people who are scanning internally to Thanks.io and also externally. So I'll quickly just touch upon that. Here we have a mailing list, and if you notice down on the left side, it says when somebody scans a QR code, I can actually choose a list that somebody will be added to. In this case, this user has set up a centralized mailing list called QR scans that everybody who scans a QR code will land on. So this is kind of cool because that list of people, you will always know, you'll know that they are responsive to mail. They've done it once and they're probably going to do it again in the future. So it makes sense to focus some of your marketing efforts on them. And in Brett's case here, where I'm logged in, you can see he's got a QR scan campaign that goes out on day 1, 30, 90, 120, and 150. In his particular case, he's sending just listed, just sold cards. He's a real estate broker. And then as people scan, they then get an automated note card that says, hey, thanks for scanning. If you'd like to talk to me about the value of your house, feel free to reach out, right? So here's just an example of something you might do there as you move people between lists. It says, thank you for taking the time to scan our postcard, check the value of your home. I appreciate your interest, right? Automated tools can be wonky. If you'd like to talk to a real human, give me a ring, basically, right there. So this is all happening in an automated way on the QR scan. So you're being notified by email, you can CC other people, you can internally transfer between lists with Thanks.io, you can trigger campaigns after the list transfer, and then you can even trigger actions in other systems via our Zapier and Make integrations. And I'll just show those really quickly right here. We don't have a lot of people on today as we're getting this series started. So in the interest of time, I'll just show this quickly, and then we'll let David and others who might be here, we'll look at your specific situation and see if we can help you along your way. So let's go here into Zapier and let's pretend we're creating a Zap. And we will create at the top left. Zapier looks different every time I log into it. It's worse than Facebook ads. And we'll click here for a trigger. And we'll choose Thanks.io as our trigger. And you'll notice that we have in Zapier and also via our API. I should mention that if you're more technical and more advanced, we do have a full API that you can do all this stuff. Anything you see in Zapier, you can do via the API. But you can see we can trigger off of a QR scan. And any QR scan in this account or off of a specific list can then create actions in other systems. So just for better context, let's just go ahead here and grab a mailing list in Zapier. I'm just going to grab a random one here. And we'll say, hey, anytime somebody takes this action, scans, and they've received something from this list, please go ahead and maybe in my CRM, say you're using KV Core or Bold Trail, or you're using Go High Level, right? So let's just do KV Core because I know I have a connection to them here. I could say, hey, add that person to KV Core, create a contact, and I want you to go ahead and give them a specific hashtag in KV Core or trigger a campaign in KV Core. So I won't go too deep down that rabbit hole, but the main point is that Thanks.io allows you to take physical mail that's landing in somebody's mailbox in the real world. They're touching it, feeling it. They're taking out their iPhone or their Android. They're scanning the QR code to get the thing you're offering. And then you can kind of pull them back into your digital fold and trigger other automations in your other systems or trigger other campaigns in Thanks.io. So that's kind of my quick how long was that? 5-6 minute overview of QR scans. And this is sort of what we're going to be doing on these sessions. We're going to highlight specific functionality of Thanks.io. Some days it'll be specific functionality of other systems that interact with us, or it could just be a cool case study or creative or something in Canva that we're building, and we'll spend a few minutes on that. And then once I'm done running my mouth, as I am right now, we can go ahead and do audience Q&A or riff on a few things.